Are you tired of wondering what horses have in common with cars, apart from both being means of transportation? Do you wonder what it means when someone says a car has 500 horsepower? You're not alone. Cars are everywhere. We drive them, talk about them, dream about them, but when someone starts dropping words like V6, turbo, or drivetrain, the conversation might suddenly feel like advanced physics. In this video, we're going to fix that. This is everything you need to know about cars. All right, let's start with the 3 most important components every car needs. No matter how fancy or simple, expensive or cheap a vehicle is, they all require the same 3 basic things to move: an engine, a transmission, and a drivetrain. Think of them as an Olympic relay team. The engine makes the power, the transmission decides how that power gets used, and the drivetrain delivers it to the wheels. That's it. Power, control, and motion. And once you understand how those parts work together, the whole world of cars starts to make a whole lot more sense. Let's start with engines. The engine is the heart of every car. This bad boy is a metal beast that inhales air, guzzles fuel, and turns explosions into motion. Basically, it's an air pump with anger issues, and sets it ablaze like a fire dancer in Hawaii. But it's all done in controlled chaos, so don't try this at home. What helps translate that into motion for your car are the pistons. No, not the ones that play ball in Detroit. The pistons are small metal cylinders inside the engine that start punching up and down like they're in a boxing match, and that furious energy spins the wheels of your car. And before you know it, you're speeding down the road pretending you're in Fast and Furious, when really, it's just physics having a tantrum under your hood. But here's where people often get lost when talking about engines. When someone starts saying stuff like 3.0 LV6 or 2.0 turbo, it sounds like a secret code. But that's just the size of the engine. 3.0L means the engine's size, or displacement. The L there stands for liters, and it tells you how much air and fuel the engine can burn in one big gulp. Bigger number, more power potential. The V6 means the engine has 6 cylinders arranged in a V shape. Each cylinder is like a tiny chamber where explosions happen. So a V6 has 6 of those, split into 2 sides that form a V. If you've heard of V8 or V12, it's just more cylinders, meaning smoother power and often more performance. But not all engines are built the same way. Some cars use inline engines where the cylinders are lined up in a straight row. You'll notice that in most small cars, such as Honda Civics, if there are 4 cylinders in a line, that's an inline 4. Mustangs or Corvettes typically use V-shaped engines. These are compact, strong, and known for that deep, throaty sound muscle cars make. And then there's the Boxer engine, used by Subarus and Porsches. This design keeps the engine's weight lower in the car, which improves balance and handling. Some luxury brands like Bugatti even use W-shaped engines where they squeeze multiple V-shapes together to fit more cylinders in a smaller space. Pretty wild engineering. Now that we know the different types of engines, let's talk about how air gets in, because that's where power really happens. Most regular engines are called naturally aspirated, but modern cars are all about boost. They are powered by turbocharged engines, which use exhaust gas to spin a small turbine, which pushes extra air into the engine. More air equals more oxygen, which in turn causes bigger explosions that lead to more power. And that's how small engines today can perform like bigger ones. So next time you see 2.0L turbo, you know that means small engine, big personality. Okay, now that your engine's making all that power, how does it actually reach the wheels? And that's where the transmission comes in. You can think of transmission as the translator between the engine and the tires. It decides how much power goes out, depending on how fast you're going. Manual transmissions are kind of old school. They come with a clutch pedal, which allows you to change gears yourself. Automatics are more modern, and they handle the gear change for you. They're smoother and easier in traffic. Then there's the DCT, or dual clutch transmission. This is the quick shifting kind you find in sports cars and some performance sedans. And CVTs, or continuously variable transmissions, are built for smoothness and fuel economy, often found in daily drivers like Toyotas and Nissans. Electric cars, by the way, don't even need all of that. Most of them use a single-speed setup because electric motors deliver full torque instantly. Once the power escapes the transmission, it has to find its way to the wheels. And that's where the drivetrain steps in, like a mailman delivering pure chaos. If the car is a front-wheel drive, all the action happens up front. This is very safe and cheap to build, but not very exciting. A rear-wheel drive, on the other hand, is where things get spicy. Power goes to the back wheels, giving you balance, control, and the occasional urge to show off in a roundabout. It's the reason sports cars feel alive and accountants crash their Mustangs. Then there are the next level ones, the all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. They send power to all four wheels so you can blast through puddles, climb muddy hills, or just feel unnecessarily powerful in a grocery store parking lot. All-wheel drive is mainly for the confident commuter, while four-wheel drive is for people who see a boulder and think, yeah, I can climb that. And behind all of it, every slide, spin, and glorious burnout is one force calling the shots. It's known as torque. Now, this is a topic that confuses almost everyone. You will often hear it mentioned next to the very famous horsepower, but they're not the same thing. They're more like Michael B. Jordan's characters in Sinners, cousins, not twins. Torque is the force that gets you moving. It provides that kick you feel when you hit the gas. Horsepower, on the other hand, is how fast that force can keep working. In simple terms, torque gets you off the starting line, and horsepower keeps you going till the finish. Now that you know about engines, horsepower, and torque, you should also know that where the engine sits changes how a car behaves. Placement affects weight, balance, and even how the car sounds and feels on the road. Most cars go for the practical and easy-to-build engine in the front, but sports cars often go mid-engine, placing it right behind the driver for better balance and sharper handling. Some cars, like the Porsche 911, even go rear-engine, which gives you great traction and a very distinct driving feel. So now you know the basics. We hope that next time your car nerd friend wants to talk wheels with you, it's no longer an awkward head-nodding conversation in which you actually lost the idea 10 minutes ago. Hopefully, when someone says 2.0 turbo inline 4 with AWD and DCT, you can translate that into a 2-liter, 4-cylinder turbo engine with an all-wheel drive, dual-clutch transmission. Once you start understanding these terms, car talk actually becomes fun. If you learned something new today, drop a like and don't forget to subscribe for more.